it's Max here. Sorry it's been a bit. My life's crazy. Especially now that, COVID restrictions are ending, coming to an end, whatever you would like to say. But today I'm going to do a book haul of books I've gotten over the past, say, month or two. I've gotten them from a couple different places. So let's get into it, and I'll try and tell you where I've got each book as we go. This first one is, I want to say it's a middle grade book, but it's The Royal Diaries, Elizabeth I, Red Rose of the House of Tudor, England, 1544. Now, when I was in grade school, middle school, I read the Dear America and My America books, which are historical fiction. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be based off historical events across the pond, because it seems to be written in the similar style. So I got this one at our local used bookstore. I haven't read that one yet, so I will be glad to read that one. My dog's being a little pain in the butt. Hi. Come on up. There you go. So next are two books by Lauren Kate. The first one is a Waterfall. I actually read this one. I borrowed it from the local library, decided I liked it, so I found a copy of it at my local used bookstore and decided to buy it. This next one is also by Lauren Kate. It's Teardrop, and it's the second book in the Waterfall series. I got that one actually today at my local Books A Million, because I don't have a Barnes & Noble near me. Okay, so this next one is The Fairy Path by, it looks like Fairwin Jones. Not too sure what this one's about because I haven't heard of it, but I got it at my local used bookstore. I've been kind of in the mood for a fairy story recently, so I figured I'd pick that one up. This next one is Morpheus Road, The Light. That's what the cover looks like. And it's by D.J. McHale, I think is how you pronounce the last name. But it looks like it's part of a series. It looks like maybe deals with some paranormal haunting type stuff maybe. I'm trying not to ruin the surprise. But I got that one at my local used bookstore. But my local used bookstore burnt down a couple years, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, 4 or 5, something like that. So it took them a couple years to deal with the insurance stuff, because, buildings burn down. They have to do the whole fire inspection stuff for insurance purposes. So they opened up, maybe 16 months ago. And so now they're doing not only the used books, but they're also selling some new books, new copies and stuff. So I take some of my books in every now and then if I unhaul them and get store credit to go towards new books. So this next one is Rebel Witch by Kelly Ann Maddox. And something about witchcraft. So I decided I would read that. Got that at my local used bookstore. Very few of these I've actually know what they're about. Some of them I do because I've actually read them already and just bought my own copies. But I'm doing the summer reading program with Little Man, my now 4-year-old, and I decided I needed some more reading material because during this summer reading program is when I get most of my reading done. because both of my jobs are out for summer break. So this next one I also got today, and it's The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. I read one of them a long time ago, but it's Interview with a Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, and The Queen of the Damned. If you have not seen, I want to say it's, yeah, Interview with a Vampire. If you have not seen that movie, it's really good. It was actually what got me into that series, but I've been eyeing this one for a while. Finally got it at my local Books A Million. Now this next one of my pen pals actually told me, hey, I'm sending you a box, but didn't tell me what was in it. So the next 2 books I'll talk about were books that she sent me. This one is If It Bleeds by Stephen King. I've heard of this one, but I actually don't know what it's about. But she sent me that one, and I don't have the next one down here with me because it's upstairs on the couch because I was reading it. But she sent me a copy of The Stand by Stephen King, and we're doing that one as a buddy read currently. And it's my first official Stephen King book that I will have read. So she sent me those 2. I've got a copy of Salem's Lot and Pet Sematary. I just haven't made it through them yet. This next one is called Small Spaces, and it's by Catherine Arden. Let me see if this one told. So this one I'm pretty sure I got at Books A Million, or BAM, whichever one you want to call it. And this one actually has a little blurb from R.L. Stine, who was one of my favorite authors as a kid. So if you don't know who he is, he wrote the Goosebumps series. Goosebumps and I think it's called Fear Street. His other big series that I didn't read. Now these next 2 I know I got at would have been like yesterday at the used bookstore, which is called the Dusty Bookshelf. But this one's Dear Dumb Diary, and it's The Worst Things in Life Are Also Free. I remember reading these middle school, or reading some of them in middle school and liking them. So they had some, so I figured I would read them again and see if I still enjoyed them. This one is also Dear Dumb Diary, Am I the Princess or the Frog? And they're Scholastic books. Let's see. Does it tell me who it... And they're by Jim Benton. Hi, Chloe. Now, these next 2 I got today at the local bookstore. This one is The Agony House by Sherry Priest, who I guess also wrote I Am Princess X. But this one, let's see if I can show you. It's like a mix of like regular book and like some like comic pages kind of throughout. So, and this one I think is supposed to be set in New Orleans. So, New Orleans, however you pronounce it, because I've heard people from the area pronounce it both ways. It just kind of depends on who you talk to. This next book is The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richardson. I read this one through my local library and I loved it. I think it was last summer I read it, or the summer before. Liked it, so I decided I wanted my own copy. This next one is going to be kind of a controversial book, if I can speak today, because some people like the Twilight series, some people don't. It's a love or hate series, but I have Midnight Sun. I liked it when I listened to it through my local library, so I bought a copy. So now I think I have all of the Twilight books except for the one that's got the green apple on the front. I can never remember what the name of it is, but I tried listening to that one. I didn't like it. So I've got the original series, I've got Midnight Sun now, and I've got The Short Life of Bree Tanner. So I've got all of the Twilight books except for one. But I have read all of the Twilight books. I just chose not to buy one of them. My dog is licking my pants. Weirdo. The next one is a history magazine, and it's called Paranormal, Ghost, Aliens, and the Unexplained. It's one of those, they call them bookazines, because it's too long to be a magazine, but it's too short to be a book. So, I like having those sometimes to read in the car. Let's see. These next two I got at my local used bookstore. This one's called Missing Witches, Recovering True Histories of Feminist Magic, and it's by Risa Dickens and Amy Torok. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it sounded kind of like it's supposed to be like about maybe female witches throughout history or something. Sounded like it could be interesting, so I read it, or not read it, but I bought it. This next one is The Last Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I don't know, I'm not really sure what it's about, but I've heard several good things about it from others on BookTube. So I bought it, decided I would maybe get to it this summer. Let's see. I'm trying to organize my last couple books here. So these next three I got at my local witchy store. This next one is just a little bit of meditation, An Introduction to Mindfulness by Amy Lee Mercy. I have another one from that series that I liked, so I got that one to read it. The next one is Healing Mushrooms by Toro. Not even going to try to pronounce last name, but the founder of the Four Sigmatic brand. They've got mushroom teas and things like that. Some of the YouTubers I've seen talk about them, but I have a bunch of mushrooms and stuff, different kinds that grow naturally in my yard. So I figured I'd see what that book tells me, see if it tells me any of them are edible or anything like that. This last one is also from the little witchy store, and it's called Find Your Goddess, How to Manifest the Power and Wisdom of the Ancient Goddesses in Your Everyday Life by Sky Alexander. Hey, that's how my little one's middle name's spelled. But it talks, I guess, kind of like the different god or goddesses from the Greek and Roman, Norse, and Buddhist mythologies. So I figured I'd read that. This next one is my last one from Books A Million, and that is Where is Alcatraz by Nico Medina. I like some of those short stories when I'm not quite sure what I want to read, or I had recently finished a really rough book or something, so I just want something short, sweet. But this next one is the last one from my local used bookstore, and it's another Dear Dumb Diary. Year 2, nobody's perfect, I'm as close as it gets. So, I guess this was a second round, because the year 2s, I know I did not read when I was younger. I guess they got released after I read the other ones. But my last two books I got from my local library, because for a while they were doing I'm going to call it kind of like a free shelf that you could take a copy and keep it for your own personal collection. But so I got my last two books there, and this one is Beast Made of Night by Tochi. I don't even know how to pronounce the last name because 1 second. And this last one is a Rookie on Love, and this one's supposed to be like, I guess, poems and short stories and stuff. So, those are all the books I got recently. Bye.